Yes, you will be able to live a normal life. In fact, the next time you're at a sports event, or the movies, or even just at the mall, look around. Since 1 out of every 225 people in the U.S. have IBD, chances are you're seeing people with IBD going about their daily lives in a normal way. What will be different is that you'll be taking medications for the rest of your life, medications that can help keep your IBD in remission. And you may need surgery. The best case scenario is a scheduled or elective surgery. You'll heal sooner and have fewer complications with surgery done when you are well than a surgery done in an emergency. But either way, with medications alone or medications and surgery, you truly can enjoy life and be symptom-free for years. If you do have a flare, you and your doctor will take care of it and get you back on track. What I'd like to do in the rest of this episode of IBD Basic School is to drop a few names, people you may have heard of, but whose IBD you may have never heard of. The actress Shannon Doherty rarely comments on her Crohn's disease. She admits that it's not a very glamorous thing to deal with, and not exactly sexy for a woman to frequently have to excuse herself to go to the bathroom. But her disease certainly didn't keep her from achieving star status in Beverly Hills 90210. NFL quarterback David Garrard doesn't share Doherty's reluctance to speak about IBD. As the spokesperson for In the Zone for Crohn's, he's raised money for Crohn's research and helped raise awareness of the disease.
Hi guys, David Garrard here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just want to let any Crohn's or colitis patient that has just been diagnosed to know that you can go to www.ccfa.org to get any kind of information that you might need, any kind of contact numbers to help you find a doctor nearby, somebody that can help you deal with your Crohn's or colitis so that you can become back healthy person like I am. I've been able to be Crohn's free now for 2 years, so please go to ccfa.org for any help or any information. Thank you.
Initially, he was concerned that Crohn's would end his football career, or that football would worsen his disease. His doctors assured him that neither was true, that his football career would depend upon his performance on the field, and that his disease would depend upon watching what he ate and taking his medication. Another NFL player of note is Ralph Benershka, a place kicker for the San Diego Chargers for 10 years. His ulcerative colitis didn't keep him from becoming the third most accurate kicker in NFL history. And fans had no clue that for part of that career he wore 2 ostomy appliances. He wrote about his experience in the wonderfully titled autobiography, Alive and Kicking. Al Geiberger, a professional golfer with 11 PGA Tour wins, continued his career after his ileostomy. He saw what Ralph Benershka was doing on the football field and concluded that if Ralph could play football, he could play golf. Geiberger continued to play, and he also started a charity tournament, with part of the proceeds going to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. And here's another sports figure, National Hockey League player Thiorin Fleury. He's known for his determination on the ice. He's only 5 feet 6 inches tall, and that alone could have kept him off the ice. But it didn't, nor did the fact that he has Crohn's disease. IBD has been around for a long time. We hear more people talking about IBD than we did 15 or 20 years ago, and that's a good thing. We're finally getting to the point where people are willing to talk about it publicly. But IBD and people with IBD have been around for a long time. Dwight D. Eisenhower underwent surgery while in office for what we would now call chronic Crohn's disease. He was back to conducting official business 5 days later. During Eisenhower's presidency, in 1959 to be specific, Mary Ann Mobley was crowned Miss America. Despite her Crohn's disease, she became the only pageant winner to achieve success as an actress, with starring roles in film, on Broadway, and on primetime TV. She said that 40 years ago, doctors often used the word debilitating in describing Crohn's disease, but she was determined that this word would not define her life. And now I'd like to introduce another person with IBD. She's not President of the United States, a sports star, or an actress. She's just a person living a normal life.
I was 21 in college, finishing up my sophomore year, when I started noticing symptoms, lack of appetite. I just didn't feel like eating, or what I did eat was very, very little. My legs started feeling a little achy and were swelling up.
I first noticed that Karen had problems when she came to me and told me that she was having stomach pains. It was near the end of the year. We thought maybe it was stress from exams.
Oh, okay, it's going to go away once the stress is gone, once school is over with. It never fully went away. I went to see my doctor, and she scheduled me for an endoscopy and colonoscopy. When I got that done, the GI doctor told my parents that I had Crohn's disease.
I had heard of it, but never really knew what Crohn's was. And the GI doctor's advice to us was to look it up on the internet. You could find lots of information out there.
After I came back from Christmas break, that's when things went downhill even more. My lowest point was that I know of was 73 pounds. I could have weighed less. I just never wanted to know.
Looking back now, I can't believe that she was that bad. Boy, looking at those pictures now, and then you think back and you think, yeah, she was. I do remember her being that bad and hardly able to walk.
I went to my GI doctor periodically, and finally he said, I don't know why you are getting worse. All your tests are coming back negative. I'm going to send you down to U of M. When Dr. Higgins walked in the room, he took one look at me and said, "You're in rough shape. We will get you better." And it was, we're not going to try. We're not going to see if we can. It was, we will get you better. And it was just, finally, somebody is willing to do something.
Karen started crying. I started crying. It was like a big relief that someone could see just how bad she really was.
He says, "You are most likely going to have surgery." I say it's the surgery that made me feel better. I was able to walk up and down the stairs again.
I think it was the most outstanding care that she's ever had. Like I said many, many times, that the best thing her GI doctor ever did was refer her down to U of M.
I want to say thank you, Dr. Higgins, to his staff, everyone at the hospital that took care of me. Thank you so much.
I truly would love to thank you for what you have done for Karen. Saved your life.
Thanks, Karen. And thanks to all who have gone public with their IBD experiences and shown that living with IBD does mean living a normal life. An important part of caring for patients with IBD is helping them see past a flare, even a long-lasting one, to stay determined to get their IBD under control and live a normal life. Sometimes, after people with IBD finally get into remission, doctors have to encourage them to go out and live full lives, to have ambitions and plans. It's important to empower people with IBD to take control of their lives, not to be held back by their disease or by fear of the disease, and to go out and live their dreams.